Greetings, Greywitch here. Today I wanted to show off my new motorcycle collection. It used to just take up 5 spaces in one garage and has grown enormously to 2 garages now, thanks to this new biker DLC, which I totally love because the bikes are really, one of my favorite parts of the game, that and the muscle cars, so let's check it out. So this first one here is the LCC HEXER. It's, one of the old favorites of the game. This used to be, the only bike that most of the bikers in the game rode. This and the next one, the Innovation, which came out in the last team standing, which is another thing you can tell, the detail that they put into these bikes. This one came out way back then, there's hardly any detail in it. And the next LCC bike, the Averis that I'm fixing to show, is, just the detail in it is just so much more better with, the biker DLC. You can just tell that they just put so much more detail and more time into the bikes and stuff like that, which is really awesome for me because I love customizing these bikes and really love riding them around. It's just a really cool part of the game. And this one's my $2 million bank account that I keep in my garage because, oh man, yes, I paid for it, but I'm paying for it. So, it's one of those bikes that hardly anybody's going to have, so I'm kind of glad I do own it, but, then again, I did spend $2 million on it, so I'm kind of like, whoa. And then, I love this bike, the CHIMERA. I just wish we could put bulletproof tires and change the wheels. And this one right here, hey, don't judge me. This is a cool-ass bike, and if you put a ignition bomb on it and leave it somewhere, people find it. It's a pretty cool way to troll people, because not too many people know about that bike and all the mods on it, so everybody's like, hey, let's do something. And this one right here, the Manchez, this one has easily become my new favorite off-road bike. I just love the way it handles. It's, it's becoming my new favorite, which is kind of disappointing to my old favorite, which is the Sanchez. It's not as fast as the new bike, but it's still, I got a lot of good memories on this bike, and I don't really want to get rid of it because it's pretty cool. You got to keep that bike that you've had forever. I don't know. I might sell it. I don't know. And then, my racing bike, the Akuma. This one is now my racing bike. It's all I use pretty much for short track racing, and it's just the best bike in the game. It's cheap. I know they're kicking themselves for making that bike that cheap, but it's awesome. And this one replaced my baddie, the Defiler. I really dig this one. And all this garage here is all the Western bikes, because these are my favorites. The Chopper, the Bobber, all of these, I love them. And that one right there, the Bobber, is my favorite. I wish I owned that bike in real life. I would drive the hell out of it. And this one right here, it's close to the Bobber. It's just got a few different mod details and stuff in it, but I really like this one too. Love the livery on it. Just, really cool look. And I'm so glad that they brought this one back remastered, or whatever you want to call it. The DAEMON, I love that they took all the lost stuff off of it and allowed you to put more mods on it, because that was always a really cool bike in the game. It had that different, starting position where you had to kick your legs, so it was really cool. And you have to have this bike. This is Franklin's bike, the Bagger. I mean, if you're going to have a collection of motorcycles and you don't have this in it, why even have one? This is the cool bike. It's not very fast, doesn't handle really well, but it's pretty cool. And this bike I've had since I started up on PS3 when we had the 4th of July Independence Day thing. I bought this bike and I've brought it with me the whole time. It's an awesome bike. I just wish we could paint it. And then you gotta have the rat bike. You gotta have that one ratty bike that you just take out and just treat like crap, just jump stuff and wreck it and jump off of it while it's still, doing the Ghost Rider thing or whatever. You gotta have that one. And the Gargoyle. I love this bike. It's got that classic racing Harley look to it. Really love the livery for this one. Engine sounds real cool. I wish that this one had the sound that the CLIFFHANGER has, but because I really love the CLIFFHANGER engine sound. This one right here. And this is basically your Harley Sport stunt bike, kind of Evel Knievel kind of thing. It's really cool. I've done some pretty cool stuff with it. So I dig this bike a lot too. And then probably the best handling of all of the Harley type bikes right here is the NIGHTBLADE. This bike is great top speed, great handling, takes corners like a boss. Love this bike. But I think probably my most favorite of all of the Western bikes is the WOLFSBANE. This one right here. I love this livery. It looks like the classic Indian. It's just awesome. Alright, this is Greywitch. I hope you enjoyed my collection, and I will see you next time. Peace!